Rain! We're back to rain. Welcome back to the vlog. There wasn't a video yesterday. I'm going to explain a little bit as to why in a second. But first, my bike is absolutely filled. Like, it's a little bit embarrassing. I haven't cleaned it in about a week. Yeah. So before I do anything today, like absolutely anything, and start my day, I'm going to give the bike a wash. And also, I've got a puncher. Sweet. So whilst I was cleaning the bike, I noticed that the brake blocks were a little bit worn. So I feel like it's time to put some new ones on. Welcome back to another episode of Maintenance Mondays on a Friday. Alright, after that hectic, well, oh, it wasn't hectic, was it? We could have had more problems than we did. But I'm out on my bike now. Just gonna do a couple of hours this morning, but there hasn't been any vlogs for the last couple of days, and the reason is because I can't really tell you the reason, hence there being no vlog. I wasn't allowed to film. But basically I had to drive down to London, which is, well, it took me 5 hours to get there for a photo shoot for a cycling company. I think I can say that, like a cycling brand. I was in their photo shoot. I feel like I can say that and not get in trouble, and then at the end of the day I had to drive home, which was 6 hours. So to summarise all that, I left my house yesterday at 6 AM and I didn't return home until about 11:30. Yesterday was a real long day, and because I wasn't allowed to film at the shoot and the rest of my day was spent travelling, I figured the vlog yesterday, A, would have been short, and B, not very interesting. Oh, and I will say that you'll find out what I was doing very soon. So I couldn't decide what to wear today because it's not cold enough for like a full-blown winter jacket, but it's also not warm enough just for one of these thermal Castelli jerseys. So I found a middle ground. 2 long-sleeve thermal jerseys over the top of each other, and it's working a treat. As I mentioned, I'm just doing a steady, cruisy couple of hours today, and I take back everything I said about the weather just then. It is absolutely freezing, but this allows for a good segue into the next section of today's video. And that is to talk about these gloves very quickly. Now, full disclosure here, my team next year is sponsored by Castelli, but I bought these gloves myself 100%, and you guys know this is going to be an honest review. I went in the vlog last week when I lost my other gloves and picked up a new set. So quite a few people have been asking me what gloves these are, and they are the Castelli Spettacolo, something like that. Previously, I had the Extremo gloves, which is like the thickest winter glove that Castelli do, and I lost one, so as an alternative, I got these. They were slightly cheaper. Now, what I really like about these gloves is they're not that thick at all, even though like there's still a deep winter glove, and they're not thick. Often you can buy gloves that are that thick when you go to put your hand in your back pocket, you can't feel your phone or your food, whatever you're going to get in your pocket. You have to take your glove off. When it's wintry and it's raining and it's cold, that's not an ideal situation. They've also got a long cuff on them which covers your wrist, and as you all know, when your wrist is exposed to the elements when it's cold, this as a consequence makes your hand colder. So I really recommend getting a winter glove with a long cuff on like this one here. And finally, on these first 3 fingers, they've got these little tabs. These are called touch screen tabs, and essentially they do what they say in the tin. You can use your iPhone with your gloves on. This is useful particularly for someone like me, who I often use my phone to vlog with when I'm out on a bike ride. I don't have to take my glove off to turn the camera on. It's just a little bit more convenient. Now, the only downside to this glove, is it a downside? These are great down to temperatures of about 1.5 to 2 degrees. Like today, I was out riding, it was 1.5 degrees, and my hands were just starting to get a little bit cold. Whereas with my old Castelli Extremo gloves, I wore them the other day when it was like -4 degrees and my hands were still warm. They've also got a wind stopper layer on, which is handy during the winter on a windy day. And this Castelli right in here is like a grippy rubber material, so your hands never slip off the bars. So in summary, if you're riding from temperatures of around 12 degrees down to like 2 degrees Celsius, I would highly recommend these gloves. So this afternoon is just going to be an afternoon of getting done. I need to head over to Merlin Cycles, over to the bike shop. I need to pick up my sister a new stem for her pursuit bars on her track bike. That's where I'm going to go right now. So here's the thing, right? At home I've got loads of different stems from previous bikes of all different sizes, but the size that Emma needs for her track bike to ride in a pursuit position, so she's not overstretched, is an 80mm stem. And I think the shortest stem that I've got at home is around 100mm, which is just a little bit too long. But to enable her to ride in that optimal position, I just need to get something a little bit shorter for her. Alright, put the new stem on the cashew bars. We've run out of decent coffee, so we're back on the good old Nescafe Gold. Obviously, it's nearly Christmas now. We've got the Christmas tree set up over here, but I just want to show you something. All the lights are turned on. It looks pretty bright in here, right? Let me just turn the lights off. Do you want to know what time it is? It's currently 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock and it's pitch black. You probably can't even see my face here. We've got six more days until the shortest day of the year. Then from that point, every day past that, it gets lighter and lighter until summer again. That day cannot come quick enough. I absolutely hate British Standard Time. I hate the light going so early in the day. It just feels like the days are so short. But on a positive note, the Christmas lights look pretty cool. Alright guys, so we have got three of these PTW art prints left. We've got Philippe Gilbert, Fabian Cancellara, and finally Eddie Merckx. I've got to give all three of these away. I'm going to be picking the next winner in tomorrow's video using the comments from today's video. So all you got to do to win one of these is like this video, drop a comment down below, and finally, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's a very, very, very simple and easy way to enter a competition. I want to get them all given away like in time for Christmas. I want them to arrive to you guys in time for Christmas. But tomorrow, now today was just like a steady couple of hours out riding, but tomorrow my schedule is 3 hours and we're expected to have a lot of frost again tonight, a lot of ice in the morning, bad weather, cold weather. Now I'll ride in the cold, I'll ride in the wet, I'll ride in the wind, but one thing I don't like riding in is ice because you just can't really predict it. So as I mentioned, I've got to do 3 hours, but it looks like it's going to be an icy morning. What I might do is jump on Zwift tomorrow morning, do like an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning and then an hour in the afternoon. But guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I mentioned on Twitter a couple of days ago that I apologize for like the lack of content at the minute. Just with this cold weather, it makes making videos, you know, hard. But I'm heading away to Spain very, very soon with the rest of my team and also some very familiar faces to you guys. So hopefully the vlogs out there are going to be absolutely sick. But that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you tomorrow at 5 PM.